Björk, pushing boundaries in music and creativity. Today, I invite you on a journey, not just through sound, not merely through the intricate threads of creativity, but through the very essence of what it means to challenge conventions, to push boundaries, and to inspire. This is a journey of resilience, innovation, and boundless imagination. It is a story of audacious dreams, fueled by curiosity and driven by a relentless desire to connect humanity through art. Let me share with you my perspective on music and creativity, structured around 5 core questions that delve into the heart of motivation and the challenges we face. The big picture, as I see it, is to dissolve the boundaries that confine our understanding of music and creativity. Music is not just melody or rhythm. It is a vessel of emotions, a mirror to our humanity, and a bridge between cultures and experiences. My goal is to explore how sound can connect with the most primal parts of our being, while also speaking to the complexities of modern life. When I create music, I aim to weave together disparate elements: nature and technology, tradition and futurism, simplicity and complexity, to form something that resonates universally. My albums, from debut to biophilia, have been experiments in merging the organic and the synthetic, exploring themes such as the interconnectedness of life and the cosmos. Beyond music, I seek to create experiences that invite people to engage with the world differently. Whether it's through collaborations with cutting-edge technologists, visual artists, or dancers, the aim remains the same: to expand the canvas of what is possible. I hope to inspire others to reimagine their own boundaries, not just in art but in how they view life itself. Motivation stems from a deep well of curiosity and wonder. As a child growing up in Iceland, I was surrounded by a landscape that felt alive: volcanoes, glaciers, and vast open skies. This sense of connection to nature has always inspired my work. The raw, untamed beauty of Iceland taught me that chaos and harmony are two sides of the same coin. This lesson fuels my creative drive. Another source of motivation is the desire to explore human emotions in their rawest, most vulnerable form. Music is a universal language that transcends barriers of culture, language, and geography. When I write a song, I think of it as a gift to the listener, a chance to feel something deeply, to connect with a part of themselves that perhaps they'd forgotten. What might motivate you? The idea that creativity isn't just for artists. It's a human trait, a way of solving problems, of imagining new possibilities, and of making life richer and more meaningful. When you approach challenges with a creative mindset, you not only transform the world around you but also grow as a person. My hope is that my work serves as a reminder that creativity belongs to everyone, and that its potential is limitless. The path of an artist is never without obstacles. One significant challenge is the expectation to conform. In a world where metrics and algorithms often dictate success, there's immense pressure to fit into pre-existing molds. From the beginning of my career, I've faced skepticism for choosing unconventional paths, whether it's experimenting with avant-garde sounds, incorporating VR technology, or crafting intricate, often abstract visuals. Another barrier is the delicate balance between vulnerability and resilience. Art, at its core, is deeply personal. It requires you to expose parts of yourself that are raw and unpolished. Yet, once your work is out in the world, it's subject to judgment, misinterpretation, and criticism. Learning to remain true to your vision amidst external noise is a constant challenge. Finally, there's the practical difficulty of materializing ambitious ideas. Bringing together diverse collaborators, navigating technological limitations, and securing resources for large-scale projects often feels like an uphill battle. But every challenge carries within it the seeds of innovation. The constraints we face often push us to think more creatively, to find solutions that wouldn't have been apparent otherwise. To innovate is to embrace risk. It's to step into the unknown with the hope of discovering something extraordinary. But risk doesn't mean recklessness. It means trusting in the process, in your collaborators, and in the idea that failure is not the opposite of success but a vital part of it. Take, for instance, the creation of Biophilia. The project was more than an album. It was an interactive experience that combined music, science, and technology. Developing apps for each song was a daunting task. We faced technical glitches, tight deadlines, and financial challenges. Yet, the result was a groundbreaking project that inspired educators, scientists, and artists around the world. I understand that stepping outside your comfort zone can be intimidating. But I promise you this, the rewards far outweigh the risks. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a step toward growth. And in the grand scheme of things, it's the willingness to take those steps that leads to meaningful change. The journey of pushing boundaries in music and creativity is not a linear one. It's a winding path with moments of elation and frustration, breakthroughs and setbacks. It requires persistence, adaptability, and a deep sense of purpose. You will face rejection, and there will be times when your ideas seem too far ahead of their time. There will be moments of doubt, where the enormity of your vision feels overwhelming. But these challenges are not insurmountable. They are opportunities to refine your craft, to learn, and to grow stronger. It's essential to find a community of like-minded individuals who share your passion and can support you through the tough times. Collaboration is a powerful force that can elevate your work and help you achieve things you couldn't accomplish alone. And most importantly, remember that the journey itself is as important as the destination. The process of creating, of experimenting, of exploring new ideas, these are the moments where true magic happens. Embrace them, and trust that every step you take is leading you closer to something extraordinary. As I stand before you today, I'm reminded of the power of stories. Stories that motivate, that ignite change, and that inspire us to see the world in new ways. My story is but one thread in a vast tapestry of human creativity. It's a reminder that the boundaries we perceive are often self-imposed, and that breaking free from them is not just possible but necessary. So, I leave you with this. Dream boldly, create fearlessly, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what you believe is possible. The world needs your unique voice, your perspective, your creativity. Together, we can redefine the limits of art, of music, and of human potential.
The story of healing many through Peter's shadow, as described in Acts 5 verses 15 to 16, is one of the most powerful accounts of the early church's miraculous ministry. It vividly demonstrates the profound impact of faith, the power of God working through His servants, and the transformative nature of the gospel. These verses reveal the growing influence of the apostles, the faith of the people, and the divine confirmation of their message through miraculous signs and wonders. Context of Acts 5 verses 15 to 16. To fully understand this account, it is essential to consider the context of the passage. The book of Acts chronicles the birth and expansion of the early church following the ascension of Jesus Christ and the outpouring of the Holy Spirit at Pentecost. In the preceding chapters, we witness the apostles boldly proclaiming the resurrection of Jesus and performing many signs and wonders among the people. This newfound power and authority came directly from the Holy Spirit, who empowered the apostles to carry out the mission given to them by Jesus. In Acts 5, the apostles face opposition from the religious leaders, particularly the Sadducees, who are jealous of their growing influence. Despite being arrested and threatened multiple times, the apostles remained steadfast in their mission. This unwavering faith and boldness set the stage for the remarkable events described in Acts 5 verses 15 to 16. The passage, Acts 5 verses 15 to 16. As a result, people brought the sick into the streets and laid them on beds and mats so that at least Peter's shadow might fall on some of them as he passed by. Crowds gathered also from the towns around Jerusalem, bringing their sick and those tormented by impure spirits, and all of them were healed. Neve, a testament to faith. The passage begins with people bringing their sick into the streets and laying them on beds and mats. This action reflects the deep faith and desperation of the people. They had heard about the miraculous healings performed by the apostles and believed that even the shadow of Peter could bring healing. While the text does not explicitly state that Peter's shadow itself had healing power, it emphasizes the profound faith of the people in God's ability to work through His servant. This level of faith mirrors other accounts in the Gospels, such as the woman who touched the hem of Jesus' garment and was healed, Mark 5 verses 25 to 34. In both cases, the focus is not on the object or individual but on the power of God and the faith of those seeking healing. The people's actions demonstrate their recognition of God's presence and power at work through Peter and the other apostles. The role of Peter's shadow. Peter's shadow serves as a symbol of God's power working through ordinary human vessels. There is no indication that the shadow itself possessed any intrinsic power. Rather, it was the faith of the people and the divine authority granted to Peter that facilitated the healings. The imagery of the shadow also reflects the pervasive and far-reaching nature of God's grace. Just as a shadow can extend beyond a person's immediate presence, so too can God's power reach those who are far off, transcending physical limitations. The significance of Peter's shadow lies in its ability to draw attention to God's work through his chosen instruments. It highlights the transformative power of the Holy Spirit and serves as a reminder that God often uses humble and ordinary means to accomplish extraordinary purposes. The gathering of crowds. The passage also mentions that crowds gathered from the surrounding towns, bringing their sick and those tormented by impure spirits. This detail underscores the growing reputation of the apostles and the widespread impact of their ministry. The people's willingness to travel from neighboring areas reflects their hope and trust in the power of God to bring healing and deliverance. This gathering of crowds is reminiscent of Jesus' ministry, during which people from all regions sought him for healing and teaching. The apostles' ministry is a continuation of Jesus' work, empowered by the Holy Spirit. The unity and faith of the crowds also serve as a testament to the transformative power of the gospel, which transcends social, cultural, and geographical boundaries. Divine confirmation of the apostles' ministry. The phrase, "and all of them were healed," emphasizes the completeness and universality of the healings. This divine act of healing confirmed the apostles' authority and the truth of their message. It also demonstrated God's compassion and desire to restore broken lives. These miraculous signs were not an end in themselves, but served a greater purpose: to draw people to faith in Jesus Christ. The healings validated the apostles' proclamation of the gospel and pointed to the ultimate healing and restoration available through a relationship with God. They were a foretaste of the kingdom of God, where there will be no more sickness, pain, or suffering. Faith as a catalyst for miracles. The story highlights the importance of faith in experiencing God's power. The people's faith in God's ability to heal through Peter's shadow was a key factor in the miraculous healings. God's power through human instruments. The passage illustrates how God chooses to work through ordinary people to accomplish his purposes. Peter, a fisherman turned apostle, became a channel of God's power and grace.